So I have a very special guest today. Jeremiah, welcome to KPG.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, and you're here for the day.
I've been here all day.
And we're going to do podcast.
Love it.
And we have wine.
Oh, finally.
I know, right? You said it's been too long. So this is a little unusual because we typically don't drink when we're doing a podcast. But you've been here the whole day.
Yes.
And it's kind of been a long day.
It's been a great day.
It has been a great day, but a lot of talking, a lot of learning. So we're going to just try to continue the conversation, continue learning together, learn about you. So why don't you tell everybody who you are and about your team and everything. Go ahead.
Perfect. So I'm Jeremiah Kobelka. I co-run the JFK Living Team in South Jersey, so predominantly right outside of the Philadelphia and the Jersey burbs, with my husband, Pip Haxby-Thompson.
Who I love. Pip, we miss you.
I know.
Where are you, Pip?
Everybody loves Pip.
I know, right?
And we've been in real estate for about 7 years.
Yes.
We have a team of 12. And I have a kind of pet project, which is a sub-team that helps individual agents and other team leaders. I like to put a lot on my plate, so I started that last year. But we are just a really fun group of agents who like to work hard and be kind.
Correct. That's what it's about, people.
It really is.
So you have a team at the same size as my team.
Yep.
And as I said, I do love your husband. He's incredible. You're both very kind people. We've known each other for a little over 5 years.
Yes.
Okay. We met through Tom Ferry Ecosystem.
Yep.
As you guys have heard us talk about literally ad nauseum at this point. Really honored to have you as a friend. So thank you so much for being here.
It's been a pleasure.
You're helping us with a few system issues we have. And we talked to you about some of our client care. Mm-hmm. So, these situations go both ways.
Both ways. Absolutely. Always learning.
Yeah, always learning. We were at Shannon McCarthy. Shout out to Shannon McCarthy in Saratoga. Love.
Yep.
And
you helped me buy this jacket, though.
I did. How much did you say that? This is funny.
So we were at this store. Real quick story. We were at this store in Saratoga Springs. Really nice store.
Yeah.
Men's store. And Karen's like, "Oh, this jacket would look really good on you."
Yeah.
And I tried it on. I'm like, "Oh, it really is."
And it's soft, comfortable.
Yeah. It's breathable, and it's warm, which is great. And I got a few other items. I went up to the store. I'm like, "How much is this thing?"
Yeah, I said it's $129.
It was $300.
Yeah, $300. So I was like, "Oh,
so
that's
I'm like,
why
I have to wear it.
Yeah, I go, that's why it looks so sharp, because it wasn't $129. You're like, no, it wasn't $129. It was $300. I was like, oh, sorry. And we do have good taste.
Oh, we do.
Yes.
You do.
All right. So your team.
Yes.
Impressive. How many deals did you do last year?
So with 12 agents, we did 217 transactions last year for just over $94 million.
But your growth has been incredible.
It really has been.
But due to you guys. It's not like, oh, we just grew.
No, exactly. There was a lot of hard work, getting our systems and our, what we did every single week. And we also just dove into helping the agents be better every single day.
Yeah.
Like we have a motto on the team, 1% better every day.
That's great. I love that.
It doesn't have to be, these huge lifts, as we say. If you can just be 1% better every single day, a new thought process, a new mindset, just learning your systems better, talking to clients in a more professional way, in a clearer way. Because in real estate, we love our acronyms. We think everybody knows how to buy and sell a house because we do this every day. And we're like, oh, this is simple. But really bringing the empathy to the clients and understanding that they don't do this every day.
No, my husband always says, Karen, they're not buying a pack of gum.
Exactly.
He said that to me probably 32 years ago.
Yeah. And that's a big thing that we say. It's not like buying a pair of jeans.
Yeah.
You just can't return it tomorrow.
No, you can't. You said something that I absolutely love today, and actually it was put on our social media, which we're going to dive into, about you need to sell with a heart. What was the quote that you said?
I don't even remember. I'm going to have to go back and look at that. But
Hold on. I'm going to pull it up live on Real Talk.
It's about empathy, right?
No, hold on. No. Okay, hold on. I know we're on a time limit here, but this is important. So let's talk about social media, and then we'll come back to the quote. So your social media with Pip is on point. To be clear, you're out of production right now.
I just came out of production.
For 45 days, congratulations. You're now in charge of operations.
Yes.
But that was a goal of yours.
It was a goal of mine.
Yeah.
I really have felt like over the last few years is like helping agents was more of my calling.
Yeah.
So like coming out of production was something that, you know, was needed.
Yes. And your social media. Pip is similar. I'm in production, right? So Pip has a similar brain.
Yes.
As I do.
Absolutely.
The artistic brain, not the operation side. Right, Josh? Not the operation side.
Yin to yang.
But I have gotten better, as I keep saying I am. But your social media, first of all, you guys are so consistent. You really show so much value to your sellers. It shows your personalities.
Definitely.
Which is fun.
Yep.
You guys are fun, damn it, as I say to my kids all the time. So how has social media impacted your business?
I tell you, so the funniest thing is you'll listen to all these podcasts and they will say, what was your first hire? Our first hire was a social media
Interesting.
manager.
Okay.
We hired Steph in the height of COVID, June 2020.
Okay.
And that was our first hire. And she really wanted to bring life to JFK Living, bring our personalities, bring the fun, bring just
the crazy.
The crazy, absolutely. And she really wanted it to be more about the consumer, about the client.
Yes.
Not like, and dumbing it down for the client to understand. So she always used to say, well, I don't know about real estate. What you just said makes no sense to me.
Interesting. True.
So say it in a different way.
Yeah, we do it for a living every day of our life.
Exactly. So that's where like social media kind of went for us. And, you know, we've had cocktail time.
Correct. Yeah.
We've done, crafting cocktails, reviewing restaurants, doing local events, all of that. And I tell you, our social media has really helped us a lot in our
you get a lot of business from your social media.
Exactly. And they already know, like, and trust us.
They already know your personality.
And guess what? We're not for everyone.
Well, that's it. And I learned that about you. So Madison, you know Madison, she's slightly obsessed about what I wear, right? Show it on social media, show your closet, show your crazy with my necklaces and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm not comfortable with that. And she's like, who cares? And I'm like, people will think it's annoying. She's like, do you want to work with those people? I'm like, probably not. What? So John, oh my God. Josh, did you find the quote? On your phone. Oh, it's on my phone. This is such high technology.
Look at what happens here at KPG.
Okay.
I love that.
So how can you ask for the sale but still have a heart behind it? Sell with your heart and create personal connections.
Yes.
That is key. So selling with your heart, right? Because it's a big step for people.
It really is. Like, I don't know about you, like probably even to my last closing, I cry at closings.
I'm sure you do.
I might be very
I have to show
systems
you.
and everything.
Yeah.
I will tear up every single time when you're able to hand over. Oh my God.
You're starting to cry.
Like handing over the keys to that family that you helped. Maybe it was a multiple offer situation or they're the first generation ever to
buy a
home. Oh my goodness.
Have you ever been inside of a house when the couple comes home after closing? No. I was like, I couldn't control myself. I like basically he was spinning her around in the foyer. I was like, okay, this is the American term. This is why we do everything we do. And it really,
and the marriage proposals too.
Oh.
At the house after closing.
Yeah.
I had one of those. Oh my God.
Yeah, we
Megan
had one
up
the street from us.
Yeah.
I drove past and like the balloons, and it was our listing, not our buyer. But we dropped off a bottle of champagne because I was like, this is
it's just
so
everything.
Great. It is.
It really is everything.
Yeah.
And I think agents need to realize there's there's a heart in those people
Correct.
sitting at the table next
And it's
to you.
emotional.
And it's emotional.
Yeah.
And it's our job as agents to help guide them home.
Correct.
And keep our emotions as a professional, but still have a heart.
Correct. But I also think it's so important as you talk to, which I preach to my team, so, and it's nice to have another broken record in the office, to understand that's part of showing value.
Yes.
If you not show people value, they're going to go someplace else.
Absolutely.
And once people realize they're getting valued, then you have them.
Yeah.
They're going to want to work with you. So we talked about social media, which you have to follow them. We'll have
At
all
JFK Living.
JFK Living. We'll have all those things on the podcast. So obviously we met through coaching.
Yes.
So I want to talk about two different things: masterminds, which we kind of did today, and also coaching.
Yes.
So we actually have the same business coach.
We do.
Tasha.
Tasha Fournier.
Yes. And Tasha has words of wisdom.
Does she ever? Does she ever?
Jamie and I, my business manager, were having a hard week last week, got on the coaching call, and I said, we kind of feel beat up. Like, this is what's happened. We're having the system problem. We were so proud of our solution we got for it, which is completely not in my wheelhouse. And then we can't do it. And she said, well, all right, are you going to continue being in this? You're choosing to be in this lane of disappointment.
Yeah, in that space.
And she's like, so why don't we talk about what good happened this week? And I was like, oh my gosh, so many things. And she's like, well, which space do you want to stay in? And she said it so much better than I'm saying it.
She has a way with words.
She does. It's kind of creepy. It's creepy in a way.
But she's
not
just
creepy.
It's not creepy. She just has that
Intuition.
innate way.
She has such an intuition that you're like, okay.
When me and Pip got on the call, she knows how we are feeling by the way we say hello.
Correct. Yeah. You're like, I'm sorry.
You're right.
You just want to move in with Tasha, don't you?
Pretty much.
So, as I said, it's the intuition that it's not creepy. It's actually very comforting, right? Because she does bring a whole. One of my other friends is in coaching, and they said that the only thing they want to work on is mindset. They don't need system and business help. They need mindset help. And I thought that was so interesting because we're high level production. We create a lot of stress for ourselves.
Absolutely.
Right? And we have people that are responsible for us, which is high pressure.
Yes.
Right? But, not dealing with the mindset doesn't keep us at a high level. Yeah. So what's your favorite thing about coaching? As I take a sip of my wine.
Oh, me too. My favorite thing about coaching, like I got into coaching very early on in my career. Probably a year after I got into real estate, I got into coaching. At that time, it was pushing, like getting your systems and understanding that video was going to be the next big thing.
Absolutely.
And, just having a good voice in your corner.
Yep.
And I think that's what coaching really did for us because there was a lot of naysayers in our area and our brokerage.
Lonely.
And it was
a lonely place sometimes.
It's very lonely.
Yeah.
But having that coach to really be like, you have this, work on this, and get this done. And I think that's why, we got a lot of those things done is because, you are accountable and you didn't want to let that coach. I don't think it's about the monetary. It's about letting that other person down.
Of course.
And if they're putting their effort into it, you want to make sure
that they care about you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You spend nothing. I mean, we know them on a much different level too, because even though we speak to them a half hour a week, we see them at events. We have dinner with these people.
Yes.
So we know when they are not feeling well too.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
you get that personal connection.
Correct.
They're also wanting you to help with your business, and it's been very rewarding. And I outside of that, coaching, I think really the ecosystem, meeting people like you, like Shannon, like several others.
So many.
You know,
oh my gosh, list goes on and on.
On and on. My first elite retreat with Tom Ferry was January 2020.
Wow.
And then we went into lockdown.
Yeah.
And those people that I met at Elite Retreat were my mastermind for like 2 years. Yes.
Yeah.
Where, you know, we were meeting once a week and, you know, almost, I think in the beginning there, twice a week, just being like, how are you doing? How are you helping clients get through this? Yeah. What are you doing with your under contracts? It's just those connections that you make with other agents across the country.
It is. And also too, you know, wherever we go, you pick up 1 or 2 tips.
Always.
Right? And then it may actually, and I was so proud of Jamie today, she actually said to me, there's some great things here in our conversations. She's like, a couple of them I want to figure out how we can work it for us. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
That's one thing I love about being in coaching. It doesn't, you see someone on stage that may sell 100 homes who has an amazing, 50 homes, 30 homes that may have an amazing idea. And you're like, wait a minute, I can do that too because we don't do it. Or there's somebody who sells 1,500, God bless them.
Yes.
God help us. And then they're doing something at a higher level, but we can't, I told you the sirens, right?
Yeah.
You can hear them. I don't think you could hear them on the podcast, but they're here everywhere. So, but with the higher level things, we can bring it down in a way to where we are. Yes.
Exactly.
And I think there's nothing that helps a business grow than those ideas.
Absolutely. I think I run my whole business with ideas that I've gotten from other agents in the ecosystem or just around. Like
on social media.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I try, it's so funny because if you go on our social media accounts, we follow a lot of realtors. Mm-hmm. And I'll say to my customers, listen, we're not only marketing to the consumers, we're marketing your home to other realtors.
Exactly.
Because they're following our team. Mm-hmm. And we get calls a lot, like, what houses do you have coming on the market, coming soon? Because, it's a full
circle.
Full circle of marketing.
Yeah.
All right. So, couple other things. How have you changed in the past 5 years? I told you, I warned you I was going to ask you this. That's why we decided to have wine.
You did ask me this. Funniest thing, I had a little bit of a breakdown last night, actually, and it kind of goes into these last 5 years. Like, I'm opening up a second office as of right now, and I had a little bit of a weak moment with Pep, my husband, last night. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah, it's hard.
And he looked at me and he's like, what do you mean you can't do this? Yeah. You can do anything that you put your mind to and that you're passionate about, which I'm very passionate about this whole business. And so how I think I've changed in the last 5 years is I wanted to prove myself to the naysayers 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And I think in the last few years, I don't care about their opinion anymore.
Okay.
I think that's the biggest thing. And I continue to understand it's about our clients, about our agents. Mm-hmm. Like there's always going to be people throwing rocks at your glass house. And I just don't care anymore.
Have you read the book, Let Them?
Yes. I put that on my social media a few weeks ago, because it was like one of those things where it was like, just let them.
Yeah. And let me.
Yeah. Exactly. And I really think I've grown as a business person in the last 5 years. Because a lot of people, even in our market, think, I was told this the other day, you're a joke. Your whole team's a joke.
Great. How many houses do we sell?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you would like to be my joke.
Because all they see is our funny videos on social media, on our listing videos,
but they're they're funny, but you're getting engagement.
And we're selling them for way over asking in record amount of time with a ton of buzz.
Correct.
But it was just one of those things where it's like, we are much more than what we are on social media as well. We have great systems. Our agents are absolutely well-trained and
I think that's just somebody who's a hater.
Oh, yeah. But it's just funny.
Does that bug you, though?
It would have.
Okay.
But I actually take it as, I think you're kind of funny right now.
So I have a question. Do you compare yourself to others? Because I do.
I still do.
Okay. And
I think I compare myself to others still, but I also remember how much we've grown, and I have to be proud of that.
so, but are you
But always
like,
aspire to be better.
I always, like, will sell, like right now you're at 60 deals, I think you said for the year.
Yep.
We're at 40.
Yep.
That's incredible. But I think about, oh, we really need to sell 3 houses this week, 4 houses this week. I'm like, wait a minute. How about like, hey,
You guys are doing great. You're doing great.
never.
No.
So one thing I want to say, do you remember when it's in my office? I have the quote, which is a little unprofessional, but who cares? It says, only care about the 10%. F, the 90%.
Yeah.
And I have it in a frame in my office because not that I mean, you always should be caring about people, right? In a kindness way. But if they're not going to be kind to you and they're not in my 10%, let them. It's okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's fine. So we only have a couple more minutes, but your house is under construction. How long has it been?
Since early November.
All right. So new windows.
Siding, insulation, because homes in 1925 didn't have insulation.
Yeah, new radiators, new floors. It's snowballed.
It did snowball.
Who snowballed it?
Pip did.
Okay.
Pip did.
Pip, it's your fault.
It started with closets. All we wanted to do was get bigger closets.
For the jackets.
Yes, for the jackets.
Exactly.
For the clothes that we can't wear anymore. And
Pip
his shackets.
has a lot of shackets.
Lots of shackets.
So
it just snowballed. It went from, closets to let's rip out the carpet, let's do new floors, but then we're going to need new windows for that side of the house. We'll then do all the, windows. If that's the case, do new siding. If we're going to do new siding, you might as well do the bump out for the fireplace you always wanted.
Yeah.
And then the front steps don't match the new siding, so we're going to need to do that. And then
so a little bit more than closets. Once again, that's why you're drinking wine.
Yeah.
But what have you learned? So what have you learned about that?
Clients who are going through massive renovations, I feel for you because I've never gone through a massive renovation like this. I feel for you. And I found that I am not a good GC for a project like this.
Because it's not what you do.
It's not what I do, so I made Pip do all of it.
Okay.
It's just not my...
I'm
not comfortable with it.
Which is weird because you're the super organized one.
Exactly. But I have to get out of the house.
Okay.
As soon as the construction people come in the morning, I'm out.
Okay.
I can't be there. I can't watch it. I can't do anything with that. Yeah.
Are you proud of yourself?
I'm proud of myself and my husband and my whole team.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of it.
You should be. It's magical to watch. Thank you. So congratulations. And you must follow them on social media. So cheers to you, honey.
Cheers to you, darling.
We're going to continue this conversation.
What a wonderful year we're going to have.
Thank you. We are. Definitely. No matter what they say. No, I'm kidding. Is that negative? That's all right. Yeah, so cheers to you, everybody. We're going to continue the conversation in podcast part 2.
Love it.
With Jeremiah. All right. Thank you so much for joining. Take care.